Tony Budding here. Welcome to week 3 of the 2011 Reebok CrossFit Games Open. We have another workout for you. It is an AMRAP, but it's going to be different than what we've done before. 5 minutes, as many rounds and reps as possible of squat, clean, and jerk. Okay, now, normally we think about this as one movement, but we are going to consider it 2 movements, a squat clean, which actually we're going to be generous and say it's any kind of clean and then any kind of squat as long as you meet the movement requirements, which we'll go over. 1 rep, and then a jerk, which could also be the conclusion of a thruster. It could be a push press, it could be a press, it could be a push jerk or a split jerk. It is an AMRAP just like any couplet. You cannot move on from the clean to the next clean until you've done a jerk. Okay, so let's say you're getting again toward the end of your workout. You do the jerk portion but fail. You don't complete the rep. The bar's now on the ground. You've done a clean but not a jerk. You now have to jerk successfully before you can clean again, or at least get credit for your clean. So you could do a power clean and then a jerk if you wanted to. If you wanted to squat clean, that'd be fine, but you don't get credit for another rep until you get successfully overhead into that final finish position. We are going to go a little bit heavier. Men, 165 pounds. Women, 110 pounds. Masters men, 135 pounds. Masters women, 75 pounds. Okay, now again, Masters is the elder 2 divisions. Okay, 55 plus. The younger 2 divisions of Masters use the open weights. We're saying, to avoid confusion, the weights are in pounds. Okay, if you want to use kg, you have to approximate as close as possible the pounds. Okay, so 75 kg is in fact 165, 50 kg is in fact 110. But for the 135, it's 62 kg. 60 kg is not close enough. Okay, so you've got to figure out a way to get to 62 kg or 135 pounds. And again, 35 kg is a little heavier than 75 pounds. It's 77 pounds. If you can get to 34 kg, great, do it. If not, 35 kg is your weight. For some of you, 165 pounds for the guys and 110 pounds for the women, a squat clean and jerk, or a power clean and thruster, or even a power clean front squat split jerk at these weights is too heavy. You're not going to be able to pull it off. What do? Well, you can scale, but if you scale, that puts you out of the running, right? So you're no longer available to compete for regionals, but you're also no longer available to contribute to your team in future workouts. Warm up really well, work up those heavy loads if this is where you are, and get that 1 rep max, get that PR, do it as RX'd. If you're going to use a specialty bar like the 15 kg women's bar, if you're going 33 instead of 35 pounds, you need to get the weight up to the right amount. Okay, you can use kg plates and get yourself to 50 kg, or you can use small plates. 110 pounds is 110 pounds. Because of the 1 pound variation we're allowing on the bar, 45 pounds versus 44, but 2 pounds or more, no go.
Hey guys, Todd Whitman here with my good friend Nadia Shatila. Going to show you the movements and standards for the Open WOD 3. It's going to be a squat, clean, and jerk. The first variation we're going to see here Nadia doing is going to be a squat clean that goes right into a thruster. Bar starts on the ground, crease hip below the knee, thrusters the weight up, barbells over the heel and on down. So what she can do, she can actually power clean that weight. From there, now she has to pass back through that front squat, so crease hip below the knee for the front squat, and it goes straight into that push press. Up overhead and rep on down. Now, she can also do a push jerk or a split jerk. Let's show both of those. The first one is going to be power clean, front squat into a push jerk. Crease it below the knee. Now she's going to push jerk the weight. And on down. Last variation, as I said, is going to be the power clean front squat, and she can split jerk that, ensuring that she brings her feet back underneath her hips at the end of that split jerk. Power clean, crease hip below the knees on the front squat, and now she's going to split jerk. And standing all the way up, rep. We stripped the bar to demonstrate some of the flaws. Two very difficult movements, so there's lots of ways that we can short this rep. Let's demonstrate some of these. So the barbell started in that dead position. And so this is what it looks like if she does the clean and doesn't catch it below, crease hip below the knee. So that's high, she stands up from there. Now whether that was a front squat or whether that was catching it in the squat clean, that rep would not count because she didn't go all the way down, crease hip below the knee. From there, again, she can put it up overhead. The things that we're going to look for, we want the barbell over the heel or over that center of that mass at top. So what the first fault will be when you're trying to go fast is she locks out, but is actually in front of that frontal plane. See, that's not going to count because she's out in front. Pull it back, show everybody where. That's where it needs to end up at the bottom or at the top. Another one we're going to see is, and just come to the rack position. Another one we're going to see is when she doesn't actually lock out her arms, active shoulders, locked out elbows. So that's soft, that position will not count up at top. So another one you guys are going to see is in the split jerk. If people are split jerking the weight, when they come back together with their feet, the bar starts coming down. So she brought the bar down, unlocked her arms before she was standing with her hips, so that repetition would not count. Yeah, does not count. So for you good athletes out there that are able to touch and go with this weight, it's a pretty good weight. What you're going to do is make sure that you're in control of the bar, touching the ground on the way down, and then re-up for the next repetition. It looks like this. Squat clean, thruster, control on the weight. Nice. Two good ones, nice job. So guys, you can drop the weight. Just understand that barbell has to start from the ground for your next repetition. You may not use the bounce from dropping the weight to feed it into your next repetition. The barbell has to start from the ground for each repetition with your arms locked out. Same thing for your arms. If you're touching and going, you're touching the ground. The arms must be locked out at the elbow when you touch the ground.
So let's go through this scoring component again, okay? It's a little bit lighter bar just for the demo purposes. All right, so Heather is going to do a squat clean thruster. Passes through the bottom, overhead, boom, done, okay? That is a full round. She gets full credit for the squat clean and full credit for the jerk, okay? Now, let's say that she does a power clean front squat and now tries to jerk but fails. Okay, so she gets credit for the squat clean. She no longer needs to do another squat clean, and also she can't get credit for another squat clean. But if she can power clean, she can get the bar up to her shoulders, and then she can jerk, she can make another jerk attempt. So she would power clean, and now jerk. Okay, down, success. Okay, so she now gets the rep for the jerk, so she's now completed that round. And we're back to the beginning where she squat cleans again, and she can do any combination. Good. And then the thruster. Now, it's unlikely that you're going to miss a jerk and then thruster the next one, but if you're like Heather, maybe it comes back super fast, the recovery's fast. The key point here is the squat clean has to come first, and it can be a power clean front squat. If you miss a jerk, you just need to get back to that you need to get back to that shoulder racking to overhead. You may not get 2 cleans in a row in terms of scoring. All right, for filming this workout, okay, it's a single movement, so it's relatively straightforward. You can see here we've got our camera off to the side and just slightly in front. Okay, one of the issues with being directly to the side is that the plates can block your hips, so it's hard to see. So what we're going to do is ask you to be right here. Make sure, have someone test the frame so that when you're overhead, you can still see the whole barbell. It's a pretty wide angle. A lot of guys are pretty tall. You might have to move the camera back a bit, but make sure that the full rep is in the frame. Other than that, you also may want to have a sense of how far forward and how far back you can go while still being in the frame, and make sure you got your buddy in the frame with you, so that you have a knowledge of that and you don't lose reps because you weren't in the frame. In this case, you can see that we have our 5-minute clock also. If I didn't have that timer there, I would also need a stopwatch while I'm doing it. As with all of our drills, what you need to do is show the weights on the bar carefully so that we can see that this is in fact the right weight. You also need to state your name and the date and time that you're doing it. This is just for record. Keep it quick, make it thorough, set up, 3, 2, 1, go, 5 minutes, max reps, hit it hard.